Well, hello, folks. Welcome back to the channel. It's myself, Alan David Daly, and today we're going to have a look at using sidechain in Cubase 13, and we're going to use sidechain to control the reverb on your vocals. And if you don't know what sidechain is, it's an effect that you can use that on a sound that will trigger by the level of another sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the sound from the vocals to trigger the side chain to add in the reverb onto your vocals. So when the vocals are playing, it'll be the volume will be compressed, and it's only when the vocal is finished that you'll hear the wish of the reverb coming in. And I have a couple of other tricks that will lift your vocals and make them sound much more professional. And I'm going to go through the little steps with you one by one. This is just a vocal sample that I've taken from Cubase. I just got it over here in the media file, and it's actually the sample is in D sharp. And the first thing I did is I clicked into it and I transposed it down to a D. So I've just gone -1, changed this here to -1, and it's changed this into a D. And this is the sample that I'm working with.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire.
And this is what it's going to sound like after we've done the processing on it.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire. Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire.
As you can hear there's a massive difference in that. And I'm going to show you the steps that I have taken to get it to sound like that. And you can follow these steps on your vocals. And there's some neat tricks. The first thing that I've done here is I've actually gone in and I've gone down here and I've set the pre-gain to -12. And all you do is click on that and change that to -12. And this is what I do all the time when I'm start off a project, and I do each channel like that, and that's part of the gain staging. And I have a video made on that, on gain staging, and you can have a look and check it out. But that's the first thing I do. And like I said, I got this sample from the media bay. I brought it over, and I've also cleaned up some of the high peaks in it. And as you can see, this is the line with the volume, and I've taken the volume down. And how I've done this is I go up to the pencil to draw, and if I click on it, it makes a little dot, and I can drag it down, and this will take off the high peaks, because these peaks were up here, like this one here. If I show you, I just click it here and here, and I can drag that down, and you'll see the peak come down. And also I'll do on this one here, and this will just give me an overall better sound. As you can see, I've removed those peaks down now. Well, I've done this and I've tidied up. I've done this piece here, and I've also removed some of these harsh ones up here. So I want to avoid clipping later on, and when I push the level up, I'll get an overall better level. And I do this as I'm working, as I'm going along in the project. So that's step one that I've done. Next thing I've done, I've gone in and I've used this plugin in Cubase, the vocal chain. It's absolutely one shop for everything to do with vocals. And if I just open it up, you can see how powerful it is. And we've gone through and we've added most of these onto it, onto our track. So if I just show you again what it sounds like.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher.
And we can see the steps. The first thing I did, I'm going to add in a filter, and I have just removed the low end, and I just take a little piece off the high end. Let's listen to that.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher.
And I'll just clean up the low end and remove, because we don't really need any down there, and I'll just take a little piece of this off. And I do this in most vocals, and I put it on, as you can see, I just put on, instead of having a harsh removed, I only have it on 6 dB, and that just keeps it sounding nice. The gate I didn't use. The next thing I have is a pitch, and this will just give a slight little pitch correction, and I don't have much done on it. Let you listen to it.
I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire. Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher.
That's
I
it without.
wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire. Only.
And that makes it sound much better, but you don't want to overdo it, or you'll get funny sounds. And I have to mix up to 100 on that. The next thing I have is an EQ, and I actually have two EQs, and this one I just have some of those lows removed, and I've taken down a little bit here at 500. I've given it a boost up here at about 5k. I just removed just a little bit here at 10k, just for to control the yeses, and I listen to that.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher.
And you can hear the difference. Next, I have a filter, and I have this one set at 200, and I have one set around 470, about 470. And as you can see, I have the threshold set on these to about 20, minus 28 and 30, and you'll see it working. And if I press play,
I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire.
without.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher.
With.
I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire.
And you can see they're just working a little bit.
Know you.
But all these little steps make massive difference to the overall mix. The next I have is a de-esser, and I have this set with a side chain. So you just click on side chain here, and as you will see it, it'll remove it itself. If I press play,
only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire.
and I have that set to around about 10k, but I actually have it set because I've gone through it and listened to it, and it's about 8.9, like our 8.0 is where I seem to be getting the harsh S's, so I have them removed. The next thing I have is a compressor, and this compressor will just tame the whole mix down and give everything a nice level. If I press play,
only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire. Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire.
so all these things do big differences over in the mix overall. If I just turn all them off and let's listen to it without it again.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you
Now
higher.
we turn it on.
I wanna be the one who You call when it's cold, and baby, I will be a fire. Only
So it's slight differences that we're making all the time, but all these slight differences all add up. And then we're going to add more to this now: saturation, more compression, and another de-esser. The next thing I have is the exciter, and I just turn it on, and I have it set to about 20%, and I have it set to about 71.
only want to know you. Only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby.
And as you can hear that working. The next thing we have is the saturation, and I have this set to tube. You can set the tape or distortion. I have it set to tube. I have a low end pass on it at about 250 and up to about 400 that I've taken off the top end. And I have the mix set to about 14%. And as you can see, the drive is set to just below 10%. And listen to that.
Baby, I will be a fire. Only want to know you. Only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold.
That's the saturation. Next, I have another compressor. This compressor is going to the other compressor we had, which will control the overall volume and compress. This one is going to lift up. I have a black valve set, and it's going to lift up probably the quiet areas and lift them up and help them in the mix. I have it set to about 25%, and then I have the dry and wet mix just only brought into about 20%. And as you can see when I play it, it doesn't do that much.
It's cold, and baby, I will be a fire. Only want to know you. Only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be a fire. Only one.
And that'll just help lift up the quiet pieces of vocals in on the vocals. Next I have is the dramatic filter. I click onto that one, and you can see it. I have this one set at about 5k, and I also have it. I turned on the side chain, and you will see it working. I have the gain at minus 4 dB, and I have the threshold at minus 32, and I have the frequency set to 5.53. And let's listen to that.
Only want to know you. Only want to lift you higher.
Off.
I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be a fire. Only
All these things are making slight little differences. Next I have another EQ, and as you can see, I've taken off and flattened out a lot of the low ends, and I've given them a boost up in the highs. As you can see, these are the settings I have. I have it on IPA instead of studio. The next I have is another de-esser, and I have that set to the same settings as the previous one.
only want to know you. Only want to lift you higher.
And you can see it working
I
there.
wanna be the one who you call when it's cold.
Next I have is an imager, and I just turn that on. I have there's the settings I have for. I have delay at 90%, and I have to send at minus 14.
Cold, and baby, I will be a fire. Only want to know you.
When I turn it
Only
off,
want to lift you high.
you'll see that it lacks width, and when I turn it on, it really widens out the whole mix.
Lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be a fire. Only
Next thing I want to add in is a ping pong delay, and I have the same thing. I have the low end removed on it, and I have the high end taken down as well. So it just goes from about 150 to 400. I have it set to a quarter note, And as you can see, I have the sends at minus 26 and this at 100 milliseconds. And if I turn this down, I'll bring it up.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire. Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna.
And that's just going to fill out the gaps in the mix. Okay, that's all we have for that. I have a reverb down here, but I haven't used this one because I'm going to use the sidechain effect for the reverb, and I'm going to show you how to do that one now. This is the sidechain reverb that I've set up, Vox Reverb Allen, and to set this up, if you just go in and click on here, and you go down to Add Track, and then go down to FX channel for selected channels, and you click on that, which I have done, and this one here will open up. If I open it up, I've just put on a frequency onto the frequency, and I've just removed the low end on that. I put on a reverb. That's the reverb I put on, and I've just gone into Natural Cathedral, and I've just turned the mix up 100%, and that's what you want to do when you're using an FX channel. And then I've just added a compressor onto it, and this is the compressor. And as you can see, I have the side chain activated. All I do is go up here and I click on this button here, activate, deactivate side chain, and then to set where you want the source for the side chain to come from. We want it to come from our vocal track. So when the vocals are being sung, the compressor will push down on the reverb and won't let it work. And when the vocal is finished, the compressor disappears and the vocal reverb will wash in. And to set up that source, we go down here, and I can see I just click on here on vocal, and as you can see, I have three of them set up. And if you add in the source, if you click down here, you will see it. Although I already have it done, it will come up here. It'll say vocal, and you click on that, and that will set it up. And then you know if it's set up because when you go into click into your vocal track and you come over here to your sends, you will see it down here. You will see both of these appear. Um, and you can turn it on and off here. And this is for the amount that you use. So if I turn this on and I'll show it to you, you will actually see it working. I'll turn it down low.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire. Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher.
So this will stop it being completely washed out with reverb, and you'll only get the reverb in between these gaps here. You will get the reverb. You'll hear it come in here, and especially down to the longer parts, you will hear it, and it'll keep everything really clear and a lot of clarity in the vocals. So this is a really clever trick. And as you can see, I have the release set at about 440, and then I have the attack pretty fast. But this is the one that's really important. I have this taken right down. I have this, as you can see, I have it brought right down. And when I play, you will see the reverb being compressed, and then it's being released to be allowed back in. And what I've done as well is I've gone in here, I click in here, and I press save, and I have actually saved this whole preset. So I can call it back up again anytime I want to. You just press OK, type in the name you want. I use Alan Vocal Vox, and I press OK, and it'll save it. And then I want to load it back up again. I can just go into load, and I can type in Alan, and it'll come up. As you can see it in there. and I can recall any time I want to. So that's how you do the vocal side chaining. Um, so next thing I want to show you is I have duplicated this. I have taken the vocal track and I have duplicated it. As you can see, I've done it once, twice. If I click into this one and I've changed, if you can see on this one, I have on the main one, I have the delay time is set at 0. And then on the next one, I have it set to 10 milliseconds, and I have it panned to one side, and then I've duplicated it again and I've done the same thing. I panned it to the other side and I've set the delay at 20. And what that'll do, it'll give me two um, very wide versions of the track. And because the delay time is different, it won't give me any phase issues because it won't play all three of them if they're at the same time. So I have to change them slightly, and then they will play. And I'll let you listen to it with that.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire.
Yeah, if I go back and I play the whole thing together, all in the mix, and you can hear what it sounds like.
Only want to know you, only want to lift you higher. I wanna be the one who you call when it's cold, and baby, I will be your fire. Only want to know you.
As you can hear in that mix, the vocals are sitting right up the front and they're really cocooned by the two vocals on each side. Everything is clear with lots of clarity, and you can hear the reverb coming in. It's all these little slight things that makes a massive difference in the end. So thanks very much, folks, for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe and also to like or leave me a comment below if you like the video. If you subscribe to the video, hit that notification, and that'll help me grow the video channel. Don't forget, everything here is about Cubase. That's all I do. It's all about Cubase, and it's to show your appreciation. Please subscribe to the channel. So that's just some of the things that I use for vocals, using the vocal chain in Cubase. It's a one-shot plugin for everything vocals, and also to um, use the vocal side chaining trick that I just showed you. Until the next time, look after yourself, and for myself, Alan, thank you very much for watching.